Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. Today we are going to take a look at the absolute Batman. So let's get this party started. Some of you guys asked if we could make the new absolute Batman in DC Universe Online, and this is pretty much as close as I was able to get to recreate that character. Of course, the new Batman call was perfect for that character. And somehow they decided to turn the Batman cape into some sort of weapon. The closest I could find to look like what they did in the comics was the Batman Beyond Wing. I guess we could use maybe the Man-Bat wing from the Halloween seasonal. I don't have it on this character, so not really an option. Also, they made the absolute Batman a pretty big guy. So the better option would be to use the bigger body size to try to recreate the character. So obviously for the headpiece you need the Haunted Gotham cowl. Sadly at this point, this is pretty much the last day to be able to get the cowl. So you will have to bite the bullet and you will have to buy the currency on the marketplace, because at this point it's pretty much too late to farm for the cowl. For the shoulders I used the Disciple of Parallax, but there's a whole bunch of shoulders you could use. For the back piece, as I mentioned, it is the Batman Beyond the back piece, the Beyond High Tech. For the chest piece, I used the Stalwart Defender chest so that we could get a bigger emblem. And the Tempest Fuginaut I guess could be another option, although as you can see you do end up with a whole bunch of lines. So I much prefer the Stalwart Defender. For the gloves, the banded gloves kind of look like what they did in the comics. For the belt, there's a whole bunch of belts you could use. Here I went with the simple utility belt. For the pants, the classic New Genesis pants. And for the boots, the classic paramilitary boots. For the power, you could decide to use Gadget. Or seeing how he is a big, strong guy, you could decide to use Earth with Jackhammer. You decide. For the emblem, I'm using the BVS Batman emblem. If you don't have the BVS emblem, I guess you could try to use the Augmented Vengeance. You should be able to find it on the broker. So the new Batcall would be perfect to create the absolute Batman. Sadly, today is the last day for you to be able to get the cowl. I guess you could use the Batcall, but obviously as you can see, the ears are not quite as long. The Batman Beyond cowl has longer ears. The only issue is that you cannot get the area around the mouth skin color, but you could still use the cowl if you want to. Also, for some reason, they decided to give an axe as a weapon to the character. The Steppenwolf axe could kind of work, but you would have to cover it with a material. Here I'm using the Black Roll Chroma 2. That is pretty darn close to the axe they gave to the character in the comics. Now why have the Batman use an axe? I have no idea. Full disclosure, I did not read the comic. So far, the most positive comments I've seen are lukewarm at best. But right now, a lot of people are scratching their heads, asking themselves, who thought this was a good idea? So there you go, guys. So this is how you could recreate the absolute Batman in DC Universe Online. And they keep on trying to reinvent classic characters. There's quite a few reasons behind that. As for the absolute Batman comic itself, it doesn't seem to be the success that we're hoping for. Sadly, they have tried that before. They've tried that with Batman Earth 1. That didn't work. They tried that with All-Star Batman. That didn't work either. But this is their latest attempt to try to reinvent the Batman. But there you go, guys. So if you want to recreate the absolute Batman in DC Universe Online, you do have the option to do so.